My name is Katie, and I'm going to show you how to use Cuisenaire rods or fraction tiles as concrete objects to generate equivalent fractions. So the first thing that students need to understand is that equivalent fractions are fractions that are equal to each other. They equal the same amount. So what I'm going to show you here, these are fraction tiles. They have the numbers on them already, but I really like to use Cuisenaire rods because they don't have the numbers on them. You can change the hole, and it makes students think a little bit harder and understand a little bit better. But we're going to pretend that these don't have to have numbers on them. So if this is our hole, this one tile, these are our half pieces. So I'm going to put one up here. It makes it a little bit bigger for you to see. And we have to figure out what fraction is going to equal this 1/2. So I'm going to start by pulling a 1/4 up. How many of these 1/4s do we have to fit into here to equal the 1/2? 2 of them. So that is 2 of the 4th pieces, 2/4. So I'm going to write 1/2 equals 2/4. So these are our two fractions. Because they equal the same amount of space, they are equivalent fractions. If students really need to see how it lines up to the whole, you can put those fractions in there and let them see that they do equal the whole. They do equal the same amount of space, so they are equivalent. So since we know that 2/4 equals 1/2, we need to see what other fractions can be equivalent to 2/4. So I'm going to pull in the 1/8 pieces. So we have to figure out how many 1/8 pieces will equal the same amount of space. 4 of these 1/8 pieces are the same as 2/4. So 4/8 also equals 2/4, and it also equals 1/2. So they're all the same amount. So I can line these up over here. I'm not lining them up very well. There we go. And as you can see, when you line them all up like that, you can see that they all equal the same amount. So they are equivalent fractions. 1/2, 2/4, 4/8, those are all equivalent fractions. Now if I was going to change the whole, say if we made 1/2 our whole instead of this longer piece, then this would be the 1, and our 1/4 piece, since there are two 1/4 pieces that fit into 1/2 piece, our 1/4 piece would be our half. And so then we could say that this 1/4 piece, if say we did 1/12 pieces, let's see, this is easier to see up here. If this is our whole, we can see that this equals 1/2 and this equals 1/2. So 3 of the 12 pieces equals 1/4. So 3/12 is half of our whole. Since our whole is this piece, this is the equivalent of our whole. And since 1/4 is our half, then 3/12 is also our half. So 3/12 would equal 1/4. And that is how you can use fraction tiles or Cuisenaire rods as a concrete model to show equivalent fractions.